Y'all, I am back. I'm back. I'm back. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Lakeisha Mosley, and I am so excited to relaunch. Well, not really relaunch, to launch my new podcast, Chaos and Convos. So, we're going to get into some stuff on this podcast. But first, tell me where you are tuning in from. I am so happy that y'all are here. Hey, Arvilla, I'm so glad that you are joining me. I love the support. You're like the bomb, girl. So I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all y'all tuning in today. I'm so excited that I'm just back, and I titled this one "Don't Call It a Comeback" because your girl really ain't been nowhere. I just kind of put the podcast on pause for a little bit. I got busy. These online events, man, when I tell you they keep you busy, they keep you busy. So that's where I've been. Arvilla, see, that's what I'm talking about, girl. You be on it and you be supporting all the way. So I totally appreciate you so much for that. So I have so much to tell y'all that I can't even pack it into one episode. So I'm not going to, regurgitate, throw all of it on you at one time. We're going to get into some stuff tonight. But just know over the course of the time, we are going to talk about a lot of things. So many things. Things have really went in a different direction for me. However, I still have to stay true to what I do, what I believe in, all of those things. So we're going to take a really short break. And then when I come back, I'm going to tell y'all what I've been up to. Okay. It's going to be real short. We'll be right back, y'all. So, where I've been, what I've been up to, that's been the question. When I tell you, I have gotten that question like so many times over the past few months. It's like, what you been up to? What you been doing? Y'all, I literally been going through, okay? But it's been a good thing as well. So, in 2020, I pivoted over to online events. And so doing very little in person, but online events became just sort of my whole niche. Like it blew up, totally blew up. Because again, we couldn't go anywhere. People wanted to figure out how they were going to take their events that were in person and take them online. So they wanted to figure out a way how to be able to do that. And so I was able to find a way to do that and then incorporate some other things into that. So I'm just super excited that, I got to be in that space for a little bit, that I was able to find a way for people to still be visible, although they couldn't be in person and connect in person. So that was like so cool to be able to do that. It was awesome to be able to meet new people. So a lot of the people here, I didn't meet y'all until 2020 when we had to sit down somewhere and figure out how we was going to do life because it was a global pandemic and it was really bad. I mean, it hasn't went anywhere as far as I'm concerned, but it was really bad at that time. And so although COVID was horrible, it's bad. I've had it twice, but it's been awful. I have been blessed enough to really come into my purpose, really come into who I am, but also meet a lot of y'all. A lot of connections during this time, a lot of people that I haven't met in person, but we've met online. We've been, in communications for a long time. And so I've just really been really diligent about my craft, really just getting better at it, but also trying to open it up to more people. I really find value in what I do. And actually, it's pivoting a little bit, but we'll get into that a little bit later on in the episode. But actually, that is pivoting as well, doing some different things in that space. And I am just excited about all the things that I have going on. So some people ask me, like, why did you bring it back? Why did you leave and why did you bring it back? So I got super busy, like end of 2020, extremely busy, y'all. Like it was crazy. 2021, from January to like April, we had an online event every weekend. So I was really busy. I had interns and assistants that were helping me. It was super, super busy because everybody was still in that space. It still was, I think it was a new strand of COVID by then, and we still weren't going outside. And so that's really why I kind of fell off with the other podcast, which was Convos with Keisha. But now I decided I'm gonna come back. It's been a lot of stuff going on in my life, and it's just really been a lot of chaos. Chaos. And so we're gonna have some chaos and conversations on Thursday. So this podcast will be live every Thursday, unless some come up, it's a holiday, something like that. Every Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. So be sure and set you a timer, a reminder. Go subscribe to my channel so you'll get the notifications. And plus, there'll be other things that'll be coming out on the channel as well. And we'll talk about those a little bit later in the show as well. But we're going to be doing some different things. When I say I'm finna be seen, y'all finna get tired of me. Y'all finna get sick of me, okay? Y'all finna get sick of me because I'm going to be here. I'm going to be present. I'm going to have special guests on. We're going to really talk about some things. I'm going to be a little petty sometimes because it's some stuff I got to tell y'all. It's some stuff that then went down that y'all don't even know. But we're going to get into all of that. We're going to definitely talk about that. And I am so open to any topics y'all want to talk about. Anyone who wants to be a special guest, I'll definitely have a link ready for you all to be able to let me know that you want to be on and you want to talk to your girl. We're going to go back and forth with some stuff, which is exciting. And so I'm just glad, y'all, to be back in this space, to be able to talk about some stuff. Journaling is one thing, and I love it. Love journaling. But also being able to talk is a different thing. And it's a whole different ballgame when you can get some of these thoughts and these feelings and these things out of your head. Some of the things you put on paper, put them out. And so over the past, few months, what I'm learning more to do is just do it. Like, just stop playing around with, oh, well, I'll get to it here. Or, oh, I'll do it later. Like, time is not promised, okay? Time is not promised to us. And we need to get out here and do the stuff that we're supposed to be doing when we say we're going to do it. It don't have to be perfect. It don't have to look a certain way. Build to those things. I really want us to really take in account the time that we have and sometimes how fast time goes. I think the biggest lesson that COVID taught me was that time is promised to nobody. If we look at the statistics and the stuff that went on, there were so many people who died, who left here. Mental health was on an all-time rise. With so much going on, suicides, killings, things like that. It's a lot that happens. And so we have to learn how to just do stuff. If we say we're going to do it, let's just do it. If we say we want to do it and we don't know how, let's find somebody who can help us do it. But we need to stop sleeping on our gifts. We need to stop just playing around with stuff and just get stuff done, because we have a gift that people really, really need and want. And when we hold on to it, we sometimes block our blessings, but we also don't give that person what they need. And so God really has been working with me, dealing with me with some stuff, At the beginning of this year, y'all, he told me that he was bringing me out of isolation. And I didn't know what that meant. And I was like, I'm content here. Just let me be. Well, no, he was not having that. And also, disclaimer, we talk about God over here. So if you don't want to hear about God, then this might not be the podcast for you. Because we talk about church, we're going to be ratchet, we're going to be petty sometimes, in good humor. We're going to do it all over here. So I don't want to mislead y'all. I'm a PK and I love God. So we're going to talk about that over here. So I just, I have to put that disclaimer out there for some folks, because sometimes, people get to tripping and you have to just let them know what it is. But over here, that's what we do. We talk about Jesus. But really, yes, y'all, he told me he was bringing me out of isolation. And at first I was like, what in the world? What is you doing? What is happening? And now I see, with all the stuff that has been going on in my life, some of you have been privy and I've, shared those things. But with all the stuff that has been going on, now I see what he was talking about. And I'm just here for it, y'all. Like, I'm just here for it. Whatever he gonna do, he gonna do. And I'm just gonna be obedient. So if 17 of y'all show up, one of y'all show up, nobody show up, I'm gonna keep talking every Thursday. I'm gonna be obedient to what he called me to do and what he's telling me I need to do. And I'm just gonna rock like that. And that's another thing. We have to learn how to be obedient when we hear the voice of God. When he tells us to do something, we just have to do what he says to do and be okay with it and trust that it's the right thing that he's telling us to do. So that's my spiel, y'all, on, where I've been, why I brought the podcast back. I've really am excited. I've missed it, honestly. And this is really the first time that I'm doing it in a different format. Normally, I just do interviews. But this time around, God was like, I need you to talk. I need you to share your message as well. So I'm going to get more intimate with y'all and share. I'm going to share my business with y'all, okay? I'm going to share my business. But I'm just saying, it's just going to be this whole revelation thing, being transparent. And that's really the healing part about it. So up next, I want to show you what I've been working on. Some of you may have already seen it, but it's really in the mental health space. And then we're going to talk a little bit about that as soon as we come back. So stay tuned. I got something. Hi, I'm Lakeisha Mosley, and my learning community is all about creating a safe space to talk about mental health. We want to remove the stigma and also the bias that's associated with having a mental health issue. Journaling is one of the favorite things that I love to do when I feel like I'm triggered or my depression and anxiety is at an all-time high. In this learning, I'm going to talk to you about journaling, what it is, what are some benefits of it, and some of the apps that I use for journaling. There are some huge benefits. Number one, we talked about reducing stress. It also helps you fight off any things that could be triggers. You get to track those things. Journaling helps you process through negative feelings and thoughts. I look forward to you joining and subscribing to my community. So y'all, your girl been working, okay? Your girl been working. And so part of my healing has been this community. So I'll go back. I'm going to start from the beginning and tell y'all a little bit about what happened. But that's actually another episode. So life was lifing. And I literally kind of had a mental breakdown where I really needed to see a different type of therapist, and get the help that I needed. Well, in that, it was, you have this major depressive disorder. Sometimes you're depressed, you don't even know you're depressed. You just keep going and going and going until you crash. And so that's what happened with me. After that happened, I decided I was not going to be silent. I was not going to be quiet. It did take me a little bit to decide that I was going to say something, because, people can be mean spirited sometimes. And especially when you talk about mental illness, especially in the Black community, is sometimes like frowned upon. People make comments, like it's just horrible sometimes how you are treated, as it relates to that. And also as a business person, like, well, who want to work with you if you crazy, or who want to work with you if something's wrong with you? So those things kind of go through your head, and you're like, oh, should I say something? I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. But I was gonna be, again, like my friend our villager said, I was gonna be obedient. And so I decided to share, with the world what happened. And so I started posting a few videos about, uh, my journey and what was happening with me. In the meantime, I started working with these people majorly, like, I can't even say how supportive they are. And I'm not gonna say were, because I'm still working with them, but they were so supportive in helping me launch this wellness community. And so what I want to do is create a safe space for us to go and talk about these things. There are some lessons up in the learning community. You can actually jump in and get a month free using the code MIND. That is the link to join it. There are some micro lessons up. And so the cool thing about learning that I love is that it's micro teaching. So a lot of people feel like, oh, when I ramble, it's good. Or if I say things in a long length of time, it's good. It's really not. Sometimes we can't retain all of that. And especially when you deal with a mental illness, sometimes um, our focus ain't always there. So we have to get stuff in short bursts. So learning is a micro teaching site where you talk in 30-minute bursts. And I absolutely love it because it helps me slow down. It helps me give you the information that you need, but it also helps you create series in it. And so when you jump in the community, you'll see what I mean by it. But I absolutely love it. I think it's the best thing that could have ever happened. It's a really fun way for you to create content for your community. And even if you want to jump in and create one yourself, let me know. I will connect you with them. They help me with everything, like everything. It was so amazing to have this community. So I definitely want you all to come join this community. You can even respond to me by video, in that community. They have some really cool things in there, and I absolutely love it. I definitely want y'all to join and be a part of what I'm doing in there, and how I'm doing it. So that's Mind Your Business, and it's really just a piggy off of my conference, which is My Mind is My Business. And I absolutely love that. So one of the things that we're always going to be talking about on here is mental health. Mental health is so important. We don't talk about it enough. We really need to normalize talking about it because it's so commonplace now. A lot of things that we think are wrong with us are really some things mentally that we need to get checked out. Anxiety, depression, when we have chronic physical pain, sometimes that's because there's something mentally, there's an imbalance. So it's nothing wrong with you in that sense that can't be fixed. Now, mental health, there's no cure for it. However, you are able to get the assistance you need. And with the number of people that do get help, do y'all know there's a number of people who do not get help? There are tons of people who do not get mental health treatment. They don't know how, the resources aren't available, there's stigma, there's shame associated with it. And so I definitely want to remove that. I want to be able to provide people with resources to be able to do that. And one of the things that I've done since 2020 is host this mental health summit. Arvilla is one of my amazing speakers. She has been there from the beginning. And as long as we do it, she will probably be a part of it. I'm always going to ask. But it's being able to provide resources. She is a great resource. All the other speakers are great resources in this space, from self-care, self-love, um, how to capture thoughts, journaling, mindfulness. They are very, very great in those areas. And so I am so excited that the conference will be back next year. It's going to be even bigger than it was before. Love it. I'm just excited about the whole thing that's going to be happening with the summit. I want y'all to know that, because it's so important to me, I'm going to be hosting workshops every single month that has some element of mental health involved in it. The one that I'm hosting in November, that I'm going to actually release the link for on tomorrow, is about how to care for your mental health during the holidays. The holidays are the worst time for people who struggle with the mental illness. And a lot of times it's really hard. Sometimes they lost their family and friends. They don't have anyone. Sometimes those thoughts really plague us. And so we notice an influx of suicides and people trying to hurt themselves around the holidays. And so in November, I'm going to host a workshop that is going to give you some tips and strategies on how to care for your mental health during the holidays. And I mean, it can work for any time of the year, honestly, but we definitely want you to think about the holidays because it's really a difficult time for me. I've lost both of my parents. The holidays were times when my mom would cook and do all these things. And so we would always gather as a family. And so it's an adjustment when someone passes away. And it really, plagues on your mental health. And so I want to be able to provide those resources to you to be able to just cope with it and be okay with it, because it is difficult. It is a difficult time for you to really be in that space. Think about if you go home or if you go, somewhere where you can remember, you have memories of this person. Everything you think about is a memory of them. That really kind of weighs on, your mental health. And so you want to definitely have some strategies and things in place to be able to do that, to be able to cope and handle that, because life does go on and we can't always react sometimes to those feelings. We have to sometimes, keep them in check. And so I definitely want to share some strategies and things with y'all about how to care for your mental health. Now, first, I want to, we're going to talk about a little bit about online events and where I'm going with that. But first, I want to tell you about a campaign that's going on that is really helping with the stigma around mental health. So check this out.
You may not realize it, but these words, often used to describe someone with a mental health condition, can be very harmful. In a country where 1 in 5 people are affected by a mental health condition, it's time for all of us to step up and change the conversation. Just because someone's struggle isn't obvious on the outside doesn't mean they aren't hurting on the inside. We need to see the person, not the condition. Join with me, pledge to be stigma-free.
That is so important. When I say you can look at someone and not even know that they're struggling, is so real. For months, y'all didn't know that I was struggling. I was showing up on Instagram. I was doing all the things. You had no clue that there was something going on with me inside my head, inside my body. You had no idea. And so we really want to make sure that we are removing the stigma that's associated with mental illness. Those thoughts that people have, sometimes it's hard to let go of them. Like we try, but it's difficult. And so I definitely want y'all to join me in this stigma-free pledge. You can go to that website and just simply say, hey, I'm going to pledge to be stigma-free, because it is really plaguing a lot of us. And it's kind of hard now for people to, say that there's something going on, because we make fun of them, or we, brush it off. And we have to really stop doing that, because we don't know how that affects people from day to day. And so definitely something that I'm involved in. When I tell y'all, I have jumped in headfirst as it relates to mental health, I have. So another thing that I'm really, really working on hard, I have been, is online events, but now I'm going into a different space. So you'll hear it here first. Some other people have heard tidbits of it, but the LM experience as you know it will no longer be. So I will no longer be curating events for clients. You will see me curate tons of events for myself. But as far as having a client base or doing client work, I am not doing that in this space any longer. That actually, I just offboarded, I think, my last client last week. And so I'm excited. Honestly, mentally, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't deal with sometimes the disrespect and the things that clients do that we allow them to do. Let me just say that, things that we allow them to do. And so I just decided I wanted to do something different, and it's my business and I can do what I want with my business. And so I decided that I don't want to work with clients in that capacity anymore. And so now I will be doing more of a VIP strategy with clients. Pretty much you could come and sit with me for a few hours and pay for that. And then you'll walk away with the blueprint of your event. You'll literally walk away with the event done, where you can execute it yourself. But as far as me executing it for you, nope, no longer doing that. And I'm excited. I'm actually excited. I did a little bit of market research and found out that a lot of people really want to host their own events. They really don't want or see the need for an online event producer or an online event planner, but they want to learn how to do it themselves. And so I'm going more into a coaching / course creator, I guess you can say, track now. So the pivot is real. It's different. I'm excited about it, but it is a little scary because it's a lot different. I can talk on stage about online events all day long, but then when you consider teaching people this, sometimes that's where a little bit of the fear coming in. But I'm gonna get it done. It's gonna happen. I'm excited about it. And sometimes you have to pivot, and that's why I say you have to really listen to your body, your voice. You have to pay attention to those things. You have to follow your heart. And when the time has come for you to change and do something different, you definitely have to change and do something different. Otherwise, you'll be stuck, doing something you don't want to do. So part of that online suite will be the monthly mental health workshops that I will be doing. But also I will be doing monthly online event strategy masterclasses. So each masterclass will be some aspect, some strategy that will involve online events. And so I just hosted my first one on Tuesday, where we talked about how to launch your product or service with an online event. And so I was doing the masterclasses before, and then again, life started life. And, you just stopped. But now I'm back. I'm going to keep doing them because I really find that my sweet spot, and I really want to educate people on that because, again, I want you to be able to do this for yourself, so that you can learn how to or want to launch everything. One of my, arguments with people is, have you seen what Apple does? Apple does an online event every time they launch something. It just did one when iOS 16 was coming out. They did one when the iPhone 14 was coming out. They did one just now, like 2 weeks ago with the iPad. So you can use an online event to launch anything that you wanted to launch. And I really want us to get like into doing that more, so that it helps us with visibility. It helps your business grow. And that's something that you should definitely want to do. This day and age, you know, people are willing to buy. They're willing to buy what you have, be a part of whatever you have, but they got to know what it is. And when you use an online event, your reach is so much further, it's so much bigger and wider than it was when you just do it, say, locally. I'm not against in person. I just know I'm not coming for in person. I mean, you know, some stuff, but not everything. I'm just not coming to everything. However, there should always be an online aspect. Me and my friend John were just talking about that today, is that you should always consider a kind of hybrid live stream type thing to be able to do with your event or whatever it is that you want to launch. And so I've been super excited about working in those two areas, online events and mental health, really just bringing visibility to them, using my platform to be able to do that, using my friend's platform, you know, helping me be a part of that. I actually am in the process of planning a wellness summit in December for women. So I hate it. You know, sometimes the men feel like they're left out. It's not intentional, guys, but my market is women. And so Arvilla is one of my speakers. I want women to learn wellness. I want them to learn that it's okay to take a day off, and that it doesn't have to be something super luxurious for you to do. Like, you don't have to go spend $1,000 at the spa, or, you know, different things like that. You can do a staycation right in your city. I want to talk about wellness and whole. So I'll be having speakers that are going to come on, and they're going to talk about total wellness, you know, creating routines. What is wellness? Emotionally, physically, mentally. What does good relationships look like? We're going to talk about everything during this wellness summit, and I'm excited. We actually will be dropping information about that next month. It's actually going to be December 13th through the 15th in the evening. And so I'm excited about that we're going to be doing that, because this is going to be new too. This is a new event. We're going to see how it goes, because we might have to duplicate that next year. We might have to bring it back next year, depending on how well it's received. But I'm already praying, and I already know it's going to be the bomb. I know people are going to gravitate to it. I know people are going to love it. And it's going to really give them some really cool strategies and things to be able to be whole and be well, mind, body, and spirit, because we really need that. We truly, truly need that. So I want to show y'all this video that I actually got from NAMI, which is really important. And I really want you all to understand how important it is for you to just go into your feelings. It's okay to not be okay. You don't have to hide that. You don't have to pretend that it's really okay to not be okay. So check this video out. I'll come back. We'll be wrapping things up, and then I will let you know what we'll be talking about next week.
It's okay to think you're in a toxic relationship with the world right now.
It's okay to feel like your world is changing.
It's okay if it's hard to find the words to express how you feel.
It's okay to feel like you just want to become someone else.
It's okay if you're panicking over an inability to control your life right now.
It's okay to have trouble maintaining your normal routine while staying home.
It's okay if you're feeling more cynical than usual.
It's okay if you want to curse more than you usually do.
It's okay to wear your favorite tank top several days in a row.
It's okay to miss your job.
It's okay to just stay quiet.
It's okay to be depressed.
It's okay to talk to your cats like they understand what you're saying.
It's okay not to feel the most fabulous right now.
It's okay.
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 I love that video, y'all, because it really helps you see that this thing affected everybody. And that sometimes y'all want to hear from the celebrities that it's okay. Y'all won't listen to me, won't listen to other people. But when celebrity seems to tell you that it's okay, y'all get it. Y'all okay with feeling that way. But a lot has changed for a lot of us, and things we've had to create our own, like our new normal, what is normal for us. And I want y'all to know that that is okay for you to be able to do that. You don't have to be ashamed of that. You don't have to be worried about what other people say. It's okay for you to not feel how you used to feel. I don't think any of us actually do. To be honest, I don't even know what it felt like before COVID. And COVID feel like it's just been dragging. It feels like it's been forever when it's, I guess you could say going into 3 years it's been like a real struggle type thing. And so another topic we'll talk about on here is business. And so I'll bring on some people, we'll discuss certain aspects of business. I really want us all to win and to be successful in business. And sometimes we just need a little help. And so I'm definitely going to be reaching out to my networking resources and bringing people on that's going to show us how to, grow our business, even maybe basic. What are some things you need to start your business? What does your team look like? What does processes and systems and things like that look like? And so I definitely want to bring people who are going to help you all in those areas, because that's important to me, especially as an entrepreneur. Like, we don't have all the answers. A lot of us have made a lot of mistakes in this, and we've had to learn through those mistakes. But sometimes if you have someone else who can help you out with those things, it makes it really all successful. And so I'm excited to talk about business, startups, things like that. There are some people that reached out. I was like, I want to know how to grow, start and grow my blog. And I want to know how to do all these different things. I want to know how to create content. So we definitely will have people on here that's going to help you with that. And we're going to talk about that because it's important. In this day and age, a lot of people are jumping out and starting their own businesses. They no longer want to work for companies. And I get that. I totally understand that. I was one of them. Where I left because I was actually doing better on my own than working with them. And then I was in grocery retail, y'all. They was so disrespectful in these grocery stores. Like, they was mad about the shortage of everything. And it was just hard to get the message across. They're like, hello, ma'am, sir, we're all dealing with it. Like, we're all going through it. So that was one thing. So definitely want to be able to provide resources in that area for people. I also want to talk to y'all about, before we close out, is I have a community that really helps with content. If you struggle with, filling your blog or creating lead magnets and printables and things like that, I want you to check out my PLR Profit Academy. It's a really great way to have content without actually having to create it all the time. Check this out. Does the thought of creating content frustrate you? Every time you think about it, does it really make you upset? Do you sometimes just stare at the computer because you don't know what you need to be creating? I want to introduce you to the PLR Profit Academy. PLR is private label rights, which is content that you can buy and use as you need to. It is a great way to skyrocket your content creation, where you can go from this to this. Check out the PLR Profit Academy. Y'all, when I tell you PLR is a game changer, it is a game changer. So this community I started with, didn't even intentionally start it, but I ran a 30-day challenge talking about PLR, how you can profit from it, and created a Facebook group, and people signed up, joined the Facebook group, and then I started learning more about PLR and the benefits of it, and got really good at talking about it. Now that group is like 340 something people deep, getting ready to move it off Facebook and into a circle community. It's really a great way if you struggle with creating content, which was one of the things that I actually struggled with. I struggled hard with it. I would sit at the computer like, oh my gosh, I knew what I wanted to say sometimes, but I didn't really know how to put it into words. And so PLR really helps you with content creation. It gives you a foundation, and then you build from there. So I'm at the point now where a lot of my PLR that I get, I actually edit the heck out of it. But first starting out, I really didn't edit a lot of it, but it really is a foundation for me. I get invited to speak quite a bit, and most of the time you have to offer a freebie or something like that. And so I have things on deck that are created from PLR that really help me with my content creation. PLR can help you create a course. It can help you with social media, postings, blogs, ebooks, planners, journals, print on demand, just about anything. Just about anything you can use PLR from. So definitely check that out. It's definitely a group that I would love for you to be in. It's a free group, and we're getting ready to move it over to Circle, where it's going to be a little bit more user-friendly, because I know some people hate Facebook. I'm beginning to hate Facebook. But a lot of people don't like Facebook, and they don't want to join your group on Facebook. And so we're moving it off, and that will be done probably by December. But in there, we have trainings weekly. We also share resources and things like that. So definitely a great group to be in. I am so excited that y'all joined me for my first episode. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. I'm just happy. I'm full. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so next week, I'm actually going to share my mental health story. I'm going to share it in full. I'm calling it Unmasked because it's really what happened. I became unmasked. I had to tell my truth and just let it go. And so I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to have a couple of guests on that will talk about mental health. And if you have any questions, be sure to submit them, DM them to me on Instagram. Be sure to subscribe. Please hit that button. And then tell your friends. Tell them pull up every Thursday. Tell them come holler at your girl, because we're going to be getting into some stuff. And I definitely want you all to be a part. So I will see y'all next Thursday. We are going to be talking about my mental health journey. We're going to also talk about some other aspects of mental health, and definitely give you some resources that'll be able to help you be able to navigate this. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, Arvilla, you are my boo. Thank you so much for thank y'all for being here. I'm so excited. This was great. This was fun. I had fun. This is great. So I will see y'all on next week. And y'all be safe. And y'all make sure that you let me know what you think. Let me know other things that y'all want to talk about. Be sure to follow me, like, and subscribe to the channel. Good night, y'all.